Hello, my name is Petru, and in this video I'm going to tell you why most self-taught software developers are not as self-taught as you might think. So if you are at the beginning of your journey in software development and you are not certain about which path you might want to take, then watch this video till the end, because I'm going to try to give you some very valuable knowledge in order to make your journey easier and to get you hired as soon as possible as a software developer. So a lot of people that come to work with us and who want to become software developers, they see this domain as being something very individualistic. Like you just have to sit somewhere in a corner, write some code, build some apps, and basically you get paid for that. And even though it might be true to some degree, on the other hand, there are a lot of other unseen things that a software developer does. And a lot of people who learn coding nowadays are labeling themselves as being self-taught, as people who just saw some courses online and then they learned everything on their own without outside help, without going to a college or taking a boot camp. But this raises some very serious questions if you try to analyze this situation in a more detailed way. So what I mean by this is that there might be two possibilities for someone who says that is self-taught. The first possibility is that he might lack some very important knowledge when it comes to software development, and second is that he's just lying and he had one or more friends or more people around him who were already working in the domain and who taught him. And now let's try to see everything from the eyes of an employer. So 99% of the time, employers are those big companies who have several apps, several projects in development, and they have teams of programmers, of software developers. And when they are hiring for a role, especially when they are hiring for a junior role, they want to have this junior that they are going to hire be integrated in a team of more experienced software developers. And a lot of times I even advise people that are working with me to delete the self-taught label from their resume in order not to trigger some red flags. And I'm gonna explain what those red flags are in a while. So when you join such a company as a junior, even if you are very well prepared and you already know how to build apps, you still have a lot of new stuff to learn. And in order to learn everything that is required in order for you to be productive in this new role, you will have to communicate with the rest of the team. Now, of course, you can't come at every hour of the day and bug them with several questions, because they have their own work. And that's the reason why you need to learn how to ask good questions in order to get help, and also how to understand the help that you are getting, because most of the time you won't get the entire solution. You will just get a brief hint, and your manager or your trainer in the company will want to get back to his work as soon as possible. So in order to learn that, you will probably have to work with a mentor or with someone who's more experienced when it comes to learning programming, to teaching you how to code, because otherwise you will be stuck with just searching for information online. And most of the time when you are already employed, you won't find the solution online, because the project that the company that you work for is building will be very different compared to the classical use cases that you find on the internet. Apart from getting help from your more experienced colleagues, there is another thing that you need to consider when it comes to team communication. So every time you work in a team, you will be assigned a small part of a project to be responsible of. So that means that you will either build it from scratch, or that part is already built, but you need to fix certain things or build functionality on top of it. And moreover, your small part of the project will need to interact in a correct way with all the other parts of the project. And that means always being in sync with the other developers that work on the parts that your part need to interact with. So in order to do that, you will have to have some technical meetings, to have discussions, and most of the time when you are learning how to code on your own and just searching through materials on the internet, you won't learn that part. And if we were to see this through the eyes of an employer, he will have to somehow check on you that you are communicating well enough, and a lot of times you will be checked for that during an interview. And during that interview, what people will look at is your way of asking questions, your way of getting help, and also your way of presenting the solutions. Now, obviously, apart from the communication skills that you don't learn by being self-taught, there are multiple other disadvantages to learning on your own, like the speed that you learn, the difficulties, and the time span over which you will have to learn in order to really get hired as a programmer. But I hope this video is useful, and the next time you see someone who pretends to be self-taught and working as a software developer, I hope that you will ask him those questions and maybe even find out how he got through those challenges. Now at the end, if you want to work together with me and my team of experts and see exactly how you can become a successful software developer, then click the link in the description of this video and schedule a free consultation call with an expert from my team. In this call, you will tell us why you want to become a programmer. We'll try to see if we are a good fit to work together, and if we are, we will create a personalized plan for you to reach your goals. So the only thing that you need to do is to click the link in the description to choose the time that works best for you, and an expert from our team will call you at the chosen date and time, and we'll start a discussion, and I hope we will be able to help you. I wish you a great productive week, and I see you in the next video.